Screen. Right now it's live on Facebook. Did you hit go live on Facebook? Oh, well. Then let me start talking for everybody. Yeah, I'm live. Hey, we'll have to figure this out a little bit later. We're still trying to figure out the software for going live through the other route and so forth. So we're still figuring things out. But anyway, hey, good morning, First Christian Church. It's Wednesday morning around 10 o'clock. It's a little bit earlier than our normal weekly update. Time-wise, I should say, because I've got a video conference at 11. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, hopefully you're still reading. Hopefully you're still getting involved with certain things. I'll get to this week's book of the Bible in just a few moments. One of the things that we want to make sure that you're aware of, that we need your help with, I know we're asking a lot of you guys. We're asking you guys to sign up to make communion, which we need you to do. We're asking you to sign up to help with Sunday school. We're asking you to sign up for the nursery and children's church. We're asking you guys to do a lot. But here's the good thing. There's a lot of us in here. And because there is 60 some odd people, 70 people, some Sundays we can have almost 90 people here. There's a lot of us in here. And when all of us pitch in and do things, it makes the whole service, it makes everything go a lot easier. And when it goes easier for you, you don't get burned out. I don't want you to get burned out. And so that's why the more people who volunteer to help, the better it is. And I know what people say. I hear it, and I'm not qualified. What if I mess up? What if I... Okay. It's okay to mess up. I mess up all the time. And guess what? You just go, okay, I won't do that again, or I'll figure it out how I'll change it, and we just move forward with it. So we need you guys to sign up, and we need you guys to help. One of the cool things that we do, we didn't do it last year because they canceled it. It is the Prairie Arts Festival, which is coming up in September. We need you to help pass out water. We set up a tent. The tent. I guess when we were doing the cleanup, someone thought maybe we were going to throw away the tent or get rid of the tent, and they took it home. So if you did, we would like to have it back. But the tent is not here. So we may have to get another one. But the Prairie Arts Festival, we set up a tent right out here in front of the Sunday school area and the grass, and we pass out water because in September in Mississippi, not only is it hot, not only is it humid, but people are walking right past the church, and all these water bottles that we have that we pass out to everybody has our church name on it, the address, phone number, Facebook, all sorts of information. So they could, essentially, when they drink that water or they take that water home, they may follow us and be a part of our church from afar, wherever they may live. Because as you know and I know, people come from all over the area, all over the state, and even Alabama and so forth to come to the Prairie Arts Festival. So we're looking for people to help put labels on bottles of water and also to sign up and pass out water, which when you're out passing out water, you got to be verbal. You got to yell out at the people who are walking, and there's going to be a sign out front that says free water. And so you can ask people when they walk by, would you like some free water? Free bottle of water, free bottle of water. You got to help with that. I almost went hoarse 2 years ago doing it because I was the one yelling out at everybody. And so we can help with that. All right, and we'll sign up for 2 people, and we did shifts of 30 minutes each. All right, so we need your help with that. Lamentations. Last week, or this past Sunday, when we went through the Jeremiah, we found out that the reason why Israel went in such disrepair and fell so far from God is because God said it was the prophets and the priests or the preachers and the elders. they weren't doing their jobs. They were letting people get away with sins. They were not holding true to the truths of the scriptures. They were telling lies. They were using sermons that were from other people, and God said, I never spoke to them, but they went and they did it anyway. And because of all that, I am wiping the slate clean with Israel, and I'm sending you away. Now, there were a few people left in Israel, a few people left in Jerusalem, but all the other people had already gone. They went for 70 years away. And when you read Lamentations, it's them looking back and seeing the outcome and what happens when we disobey God, when we don't follow after him, when we don't stand up to the biblical truths, what happens? And when you read Lamentations, it shows this. Like even in starting in chapter 1, starting in verse 1, it says, how deserted lies the city, once so full of people. How like a widow is she, who was once great among the nations. She who was a queen among the provinces has now become a slave. Bitterly she weeps at night. Tears are on her cheeks. Along all her lovers there is no one to comfort her. All her friends have betrayed her. They have become an enemy. After affliction and harsh labor, Judah has gone into exile. She dwells among the nations. She finds no resting place. All who pursue her have overtaken her in the midst of their distress. The roads to Zion mourn, for no one comes to her appointed festivals. All her gateways are desolate, and her priests groan. Her young women grieve, as she is in bitter anguish. Her foes have become her masters. Her enemies are at ease. The Lord has brought her grief because of her many sins. Her children have gone into exile, captive before the foe. I'm going to stop there, because that is what's going to happen, not only to the United States, but it could happen even to churches. When we don't adhere to what the scriptures say, and we're not strong and bold in our following it and doing what it wants, it could destroy. We let sin in, we let discord in, we let all sorts of things. If we're not doing what we're supposed to, it's going to destroy the church, and it's going to destroy our country. And it's going to be just like this: desolate, alone, and gone. 70 years later, they go back. But there's that hardship. Have we gone through that hardship? You decide. All right, love you guys. Have a great day. And I will see you on Sunday.